You know, a Larry Bird jersey costs $100, about around there. But I didn't know a Michael Jordan jersey cost 300. I did not know a Michael Jordan jersey cost that much. Then I looked and Kobe Bryant jersey cost about the same amount. Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan jerseys cost the same amount, 300 to 325. And I'm like, wow, they are one of the GOATs. Well, I know Michael is the GOAT, but Kobe, he's one of the greats. But Bird, most likely, not most likely, the best trash talker in the history of the NBA. I'm letting you know right now. But we got another reaction for you today. This is Larry Bird's trash. What's this video called again? Hold on. This is Larry Bird's stories that prove that he is the best trash talker ever. Okay. This is a 20-minute long video, so go ahead, grab your popcorn, sit back and watch it. Didn't do that much commentary on this because I was so locked in. So grab your popcorn, grab your drink, sit back, relax, and watch the video with me. And please like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment down below. Hey, enjoy the video. God bless. All right, Larry Bird, stories that prove he's the best trash talker. Let's go ahead and get right on into it.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people said, really? They thought it was Reggie or Charles.
Bird used to tell me, look here, man, you supposed to be a great defender, right? I'm going to make sure I tell you where I'm going to shoot the ball at.
I'm gonna get right here, shoot you in the face.
And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts.
I'm going to go shoot this fucking jump in your face right there in that cone. And it's going to be your Christmas present. Wrap it up and bust your head open.
And that's exactly what
Wow.
If he tell you you're going to hit a shot in certain place, he's going to do just that and nothing you can do about it.
Been a better player each step I took. I was able to do a little more than the other guys. I had a green light. I can make plays. But I always knew early on, especially when I was a junior, senior high school, that probably the outcome of the game was going to depend on me.
Well, yeah, I interviewed Gary Payton, a venomous trash talker. And I asked him who the most vicious trash talker he's ever encountered. He said Larry Bird.
Oh, no question.
Bird talk shit.
Wow.
Like we talk
Let
or
me tell
like.
y'all something. Bird used to tell me, look here, man, I'm going to go shoot this motherfucking jumper in your face right there in that corner. And it's going to be your Christmas present. I'm going to wrap it up and bust your head open. All that shit.
He told me, young fella, let me tell you something.
Wow.
I can shoot a jumper anywhere I want to. You supposed to be a great defender, right? I'm gonna make sure I tell you where I'm gonna shoot the ball at. And I was like, man, come on now, you're not gonna shoot the ball. And so he said, I'm gonna take you over in that corner right there. You see it over there by my bench, right? And I'm gonna give you something, and it's gonna be this jumper. So he went right to that corner, and I'm up on him, I'm under him. And he said, young fella, what did I tell you I was gonna do? And he turned around, raised up, and it was all drones. And I said, shit, I ain't gonna mess with you no more.
He was the coldest dude I ever seen with that shit, man. Everybody be talking about these greats. They don't be always mentioning him. He was the shit.
Yeah.
The shit, man. He'll give it to you any way he wanted to. Larry Bird was cold.
Bird didn't talk trash to you,
Oh
did he?
my God, Bird talked trash to everybody. I always tell the story about Larry Bird. I remember him, he was cursing under his breath. And I asked him, I said, Larry, what's going on with you? He says, you guys are being disrespectful to me. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, you guys are putting a white guy on me. That's disrespectful. I just started laughing. I had no comeback. But he says, it's disrespectful when y'all put a white guy on me.
Larry said, I'm insulted that they
Wow.
would put a sorry dude like you on me. He said, no, I don't even want to play no more. He would drop the ball and take a turnover. And I'm looking at this guy like, he's nuts.
You would do that?
Story goes that when he played against
Wait, hold on. You mean to tell me he would drop the ball if he sees a sorry defender in front of him? He would drop the ball and get a turnover and say, you know what, try again, put a better defender on me. Wow. Wow.
Denver, they had a guy named John Hansley, a white guy, a really good defender, right?
Okay.
They put him on Larry, and Larry was weighing his ass out. And Larry would run by the bench and tell Doug Moe, who was the coach, get him off me. That's disrespectful. Put a black guy on me. Because when he played back in the day, that's all he played against was brothers. So he was like, I had to torch his ass so they understand.
And Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball. Every shot was going in. Right? He runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league. And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me? He goes, so nobody out here can. Frank looked down at the bench and goes,
No. Along with Steve Jones and Rick Perry, this is Bob Neal. Just moments before the American Airlines Sheraton long-distance shootout.
The All-Star game is in Dallas, the first three-point contest, and he just starts looking at guys, doesn't say a word, and people are getting kind of nervous. Everybody's sitting there, everybody's real quiet. You knew the guys, but you never were around them. And nobody's really saying anything, so I walk in and look around, and then he finally speaks and says, I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second.
And says, I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this.
Excuse me?
Did you really say that? Who's playing for second?
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad.
When you walked in there, what were you thinking when you made that announcement to the room? Just messing with all those guys?
I know going into that, I remember in the locker room, Robert said something that there's no way in hell I was going to win that three-point contest. So I knew right then I had to win it.
That check's had my name on it for a week now, and I knew I was going to win this thing. I've been practicing, and my teammates said I wasn't going to win it, but I came back and lucked out, really.
Bird would luck out again the next year, but in 1988, it looked like his luck had finally run out. He certainly doesn't have that normal Bird rhythm going for him. Seconds remaining, has only 7, has to beat 15. That's 8, make it 9, and 10, 11 as we're counting, 13.
Huge rack that time for Bird.
He's still going to drop one here quickly, 14. This is a tie for the money. Yo! Larry Bird at the buzzer.
He knew exactly what the score was. He knew that ball was going to win the competition for him, and it's almost like he did it in dramatic fashion just to make it more fun.
He knew it when he let it go and was headed for the winner's circle.
He took off his top yet. Oh, yeah. I didn't see when he took off his top.
Larry used to come in the locker rooms. He'd be getting his ankles taped, and he'd say, hey, ball boy, run in and go find the scoring record in this building. He needed those kind of challenges.
He had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip.
He wanted to know what was the records, so he can beat the records he wanted. Talk about wanting to put an exclamation point on the court. Wow.
And Larry told all of us players and the media too, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip, I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
It was at a time when, McHale was still coming off the bench.
And so Larry scores his 6th point on a left-handed shot.
And I'll never forget it. McHale yells out.
And McHale goes, hey, Jerome, wait till he starts shooting right-handed.
And at the end of 3 quarters, I get 27 points left-handed.
Well, left-handed is one thing, but when the game got close, I had to go back to the right one.
He could hold all these things in his head during the game. So he'd have a shooting drill at the old Boston Garden.
4:30 in the afternoon. I was an early guy. I'd set up early. The garden would be dark.
Late in the afternoon by himself, dark garden, come out with an equipment guy and just do the perimeter, shoot for half hour. All you heard was swishing.
If he missed a shot during that thing, he'd say that the Bull Gang set up something wrong with the rim. Otherwise that would have gone in.
I'd get there early, plug in my Stone Age computer right next to the bench. He'd come over, he'd call me Scoop, he'd say, Scoop, what are you working on? I'm like, I'm doing an early story.
Then I'd say, well, I'm doing an early edition newspaper story about your free throw streak.
You were approximating the NBA record for consecutive free throws, so don't miss one tonight or I'll look bad in the paper.
Sure enough, first half, he goes to the line for 2, and the foul line is lined up right where we're sitting if he looks over.
He's at the line. He makes the first.
He looks over and winks at me.
He looks over and winks at me before he makes the second. I mean, guys don't do that today.
Wow, yeah, they don't do that today. They don't.
Things. It's like paying off a bet in the middle of a game. He was doing 2 things at once.
Well, you had the Bird night.
I had the Bird night. Yeah, that was a tough night, man.
But nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
But when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, it's in that game, we're on the free throw line, and he literally says,
it's off the glass, who's next, where do you want this one from? And he just made one after another, and he just tortured it mentally. That game. He tortured all of them.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer. And,
no way.
Yeah.
His last shot, he said,
what?
In the trainer's lap, coming down the court. He shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him, and he knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Livingston got fined
This
by
boy.
Fertillo, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for celebrating.
Celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was
so
it was the greatest film session ever, because back then, you watched the real game and just went, with a video, and
Mike rewound the celebration 20 times.
And they show a shot of our bench. Cliff Livingston and Eddie Johnson are standing up giving each other high five.
I mean, everybody was entertained by this. Even the guys on the Atlanta bench.
They got fined for that.
Sorry.
Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench. You see Scotty Hastings with them. Yeah. Watch Cliff Livingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
Bro, you see their reactions? They like, oh my God, this dude is crazy.
Showing the guys, you remember they're giving each other high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter, and Antoine Carr and Cliff gives each other high five. And our film session was 20 minutes of that. And, yeah, and so it was a bad night.
The first game against Larry Bird, it was shocking. And I'm a rookie, you know. I go shake his hand, and he put both hands behind his back. And I'm saying, okay, he's getting his head ready to play. First play of the game, he says, I don't know where they got you guarding me, Holmes. And he shoots a 3. I was pissed. You know, I said, I wasn't mad he hit the 3. But did this some bitch just called me Holmes? So, and so it set up for a really interesting game. Because I remember one time I came down and I dunked it on him. He laying on the ground. He fouled me, and I'm pointing. And he said, hey, Rook. I said, what? He said, I like you. You know, he said, you got balls, but I'm still going to get 30 on your ass. You know? He got about 38, so he kind of proved his point. But I had to pay my dues. I wasn't upset about that because, you know, back then, you know, as a rookie, you know, you got to pay your dues. Simple as that.
It was funny, the first time that I played in my rookie year, I guarded Larry Bird, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I should be probably guarding him instead of staring at him. You know? And he came down, it was funny, he came down one time, and Mark West was the center on our team, and Larry looked at me, and then he looked at Mark, and he said, Mark, I'm going to go down, I'm going to come off the screen, I'm going to catch it right there, I'm going to turn around, I'm going to shoot it in the rookie's face, and then I'm going to run down the floor. And that's exactly what he did. And I'm sitting there, that just happened.
But did he talk to you, or you weren't good enough?
Through me. He never addressed me.
I love that.
Like I wasn't even there.
And did Mark West going?
Mark was like, all right,
okay,
man.
all right.
You probably will. Good luck.
And then he did.
He did it.
Well,
There was nothing I could do about it.
He backed up whatever he said. If he tell you going to hit a shot to certain place, or if he going to take you down to the post, turn around, hit a fadeaway J, he going to do just that, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
These guys came in together. In 81, there's Kevin, there's Larry, there's Robert. Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, they knew what each other could do. And what I did was said, okay, let's see what's happening out there. And you'd see Larry shooting the 3-pointer, and then I call a timeout, and they didn't count the 3-pointer.
Larry just hit what
Did they add the 3-point shot because of Larry Bird?
It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
So he's very upset with that. So I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case.
Hey guys, when I come back,
Something like that. I saw it in the comments.
Kick it in.
Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay. All right. Dennis, you take the ball out, give it to Kevin, then you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out of the way.
Celtics are down by 2 points, and Bird is out by the 3-point line, and he's being guarded by a guy named Johnny High.
He goes down before the ball is thrown in, and he's standing right in front of the Phoenix bench, and he looks at all the guys on the bench and says,
yeah, I'm just fixing to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this.
And he says, watch my hand as I follow through.
And, Johnny High sort of smiles and laughs about it.
And I was supposed to cut off the high post and post up for a second and then go across and set a pick. Well, I came off the pick and I was wide open and I stood there waiting for the ball. I had a smaller guy to post up and Larry just waved me out of the way saying, get out of here, get out of the way.
And then he just turns around and shoots a perfect 3.
As the ball's in the air, he kind of turns towards the Phoenix bench and yells, told you so. He stops running to the locker room.
As he continues on to the dressing room. Now, that's what you call arrogance.
And from that time, I learned to run Larry's play, not the coach's play.
He wanted the light on him. He wanted the focus, and he wanted that ball. And in case he would ever call somebody else's play, Larry would just say, no. I'm shooting this ball, and he would.
I get a charge when I tell someone on the opposing team that I'm going to hit the last second shot and then do it. That's what it's all about.
High game, 13 seconds to play. Celtics basketball.
During the timeout, I'm going through a play. And about that time, Larry steps in and says, Coach, why don't you just give me the ball and tell everybody to get out of the way? It's Larry. If he wants the ball, he wants the ball.
After the timeout, we walked back on the court, and then Xavier was guarding him. So he tells Xavier, he says, I'm getting the ball.
I said, I know I'm gonna be waiting. And he said, I'm gonna get it right here. I'm gonna shoot it right in your face.
5, and Bird has the basketball. Look out. Larry Bird, just phenomenal the way that...
He came out when about that exact
Getting
spot.
Steph Curry
Shot a
vibe,
shot
the way
right
how
in
he
my
pulls
face.
up from 3.
And, you know, he was like, I didn't need to leave 2 seconds on the clock. I walked back to the sideline like, damn.
Larry Bird was one of the biggest trash talkers in basketball. And a lot of people say, really? You know, they thought it was Reggie or Charles. Larry Bird talked more trash on the basketball court than anybody I've ever played against. So we playing him the last play. He says to James Worthy, he says, you guys don't have to worry about it. I'm going to go right over there that corner. And I'm going to catch it, I'm going to shoot it, and I'm going to tie the game or win the game, whatever the case may be. They take the ball out, and I think it was either Danny or
DJ?
the late, great DJ.
Yeah.
You DJ coming down, right, with the ball. Oh, great DJ, that's good. So pass it to Larry, he's in that corner. Now I gotta go out and close Larry Bird out. So as I'm running out to Larry Bird, he's talking trash to me. I don't know why you running out here. Who says that in the middle of the game? He said, I'm gonna wait till you get 1 step away from me and I'm gonna shoot it right in your face. So I got 1 step away. He shoots it all net. 3-pointer, good.
Take the ball out, man crow right to the corner, caught the shot, shot a 3, game over. It's like, are you effing kidding me?
And he turned to me and said, you did all that running for nothing.
And he was saying in such a calm way that you didn't think it was trash talking, but it's trash talking. You're not gonna tell me you're gonna go over there and shoot the ball in my face. That's trash talking. But he would tell you before the play even started. He'd tell you where he's going,
That
he'd tell you
boy.
when you catch it, there's nothing you can do about it.
He backed
And it
up
was
his
great
talk is
trash talking.
the way how he
It
backed
wasn't
up his talk
vulgar.
is
I mean,
crazy.
He wasn't pounding his chest. You can just be standing next to him. You know, I would jump out and try to block a shot on rotation, and he'd say, Scott.
You jump high, but you don't jump that high. You can't get this.
Tell me, Scott, you're a little too late. Scott, you're not getting that. Why are you even jumping? Why are you running out of it? But it was all game.
He'd say something like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I mean, he talked the whole game, and it was, you know, after the game and after years of thinking about it, you're like, man, that dude, why he's one of the greatest players ever played.
He was ridiculous. He came out here. Our sportscaster played the Superman theme when he was talking about him that night after the game because he did everything, points, rebounds, assists, just steals, you name it. Larry has such a great mind for the game. I had a lot of respect for him as a competitor.
That competitive nature, the work ethic.
Kobe
because I
Bryant,
asked him a
rest in
lot of
peace, bro.
questions. You know, playing with Byron Scott, I asked him a lot of questions. Eddie Jones, Magic, James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, all the Laker greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions. What actually happened there? What did you feel there? And why? You know, Bird tough to defend. Why? Because you look slow as shit to me. So it's like, I'm missing something. So like, tell me what I'm missing. You know what I mean?
You know, like I was saying, growing up in Boston, people all used to
Wasn't that
always
slow.
talk about that he can't jump, he can't do this, he can't do that. And, you know, a lot of my friends was like that, you know. So, I got to the league. I called all my friends back up. I said, you know, all that trash that you were talking, you need to squash all that. This man is great. Whatever you were saying, for a man who can't jump, he's demolishing everybody. He's doing it on everybody. He's doing it on the best defensive players in the league.
Yeah.
I never forget driving, and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP, and we're big rivalries. So I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this
You know
name
what?
keeps coming.
Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Hold on. How much is a Larry Bird jersey? How much is a Larry Bird jersey? Okay. $100, not bad. What about hold up. How much is a Michael? How much is a Michael Jordan jersey? Preschool. I don't see the adults. $300? Are you $300? Is you that there it is. Authentic $300? Is you serious? Yo, that's crazy. That is crazy. So a Larry Bird jersey costs $100. Michael Jordan jersey costs $300. That is crazy.
He goes to the right, Bird. He makes the strike, Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird. And Bird this, and Bird. Oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. When the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn. Larry, it wasn't you know, be honest with you. The young lady that said you were her favorite player, mine too. I love you too, Magic, but not as much as I like Bird.
People always talk about great basketball players, and they don't never mention him to be up
I
in
know
that
for
round.
sure.
But Larry Bird
What's
was
his?
cold.
Hold on.
I don't think nobody ever.
Whatchamacallit? Larry Bird. If you look at his photos, he kind of had hair, kind of like a bird. You know what I'm saying? His hair is kind of like a bird. The way how this, it kind of looks like feathers. I don't know. I don't know why that is. I think that's just me, but I don't know.
Could get out with him. You ask Magic. That's why Magic had a run, and he was mad when he had to retire in '92 because of what he was going to be missing with Larry Bird. And then you remember Larry Bird took 2 more years, and then he quit because he said his main guy who he wanted to play against is gone.
I'm gonna tell this story. We're in LA and I'm hurt. I got a pulled hamstring, so I'm not playing tonight. So I can't play against the Celtics. You know, I'm killing myself. You know, Larry's warming up. The anthem is sung and get introduced. And right before they go out on the court, Larry comes down. He says, you know what? Since you're here, I'm gonna put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay? Don't worry. I'm gonna put a show on for you. And I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. Want to hear that? You know, this Celtics and the Lakers. And he went out. I think he scored
Put on the show.
8 points, about 20 rebounds, about 15 assists. And every shot he would shoot, he would turn to me. Every time he hit one, he look at me. And I said, boy, you know, the thing about it that I love about you is that most guys talk trash and can't back it up. But Mr. Bird, you know you can back your trash talking up.
Yes, he can.
And last but not least, I'm gonna say this because you told me one lie. You only told me one lie in your career. Only one. And you only lied to the fans and all the people in the world one time. Do you know what that lie was? You don't remember, do you? Larry Bird said that there would be another Larry Bird one day. And Larry, there will never, ever, ever be another Larry Bird. And so, this is mine, and I signed it to you, to the greatest basketball player ever, but more important, a friend forever. I love you, I respect you, and I admire you.
Wow. Larry Bird is one of the most respectful, well, not respectful, respected guys. Sorry. Larry Bird is one of the most respected guys in the history of the NBA. He talked trash and he backed it up. I don't think I've seen anybody else besides Jordan, Kobe, who talked trash and backed it up. Not like Larry Bird. I didn't know Larry Bird was like that. Like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Mm. That's what you got to do, man. When you talk trash, you got to bag it up. If you talk too much shit, it's gonna come back and haunt you. But if you do talk that much trash, you got to back it up. And Larry Bird definitely backed it up. You know what I'm saying? So, wow, that's crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy.